And emotional memories wear out, so you have to constantly regenerate your senses. So like in when you're screwing in these areas, screwing helps. I mean, you have to keep your touch and your smell and your taste and your seeing and your hearing really like acute, which makes you totally bananas.
Like working with taking these acting concepts that you're talking about. You worked with a hell of a lot of these old professional Hollywood directors. I'm thinking especially of the 3 pictures that you did with Henry Hathaway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was a guy like Henry Hathaway aware of these kind of acting concepts?
No. But like I learned a lot from Henry Hathaway, and strangely enough, when I was doing Out of the Blue, I used a lot of the things. No, he wasn't, and like the concept of me being a rebel, and the concept of me. I wasn't a rebel. I guess I was a rebel, but it wasn't that I was angry. It was I was just trying to change the system of the school mom approach to things. Of you say a line reading this way, you pick up the coffee cup now, you put it to your lips now on this line, you put it down on this line, you turn this way, and you do this, and it was like and you say the line, hello, how are you? Not hello, how are you? Or hi, how are you doing? Or any of that. No, it's like got to be this way. But I found something out in the first picture that I did, and then it was
Great Western from Hell to Texas.
Yeah.
Excellent Western.
Thank you. Yeah. But I was bad in that movie. I felt out of place after I saw it. I felt that I was in another picture, and that's not good. I mean, a picture's got to be a picture, and the director's a director. And the next time I worked with him on The Sons of Katie Elder, which was 8 years later or something, I took his direction and tried to justify it, and did, and was much better in that film, and whatever. But like, well, once you direct a film, like you've got to respect the fact that the director is the director. And Hathaway, I learned a lot from Hathaway, and
tough guy, huh?
He's a mean man on the set and a nice man to have dinner with.
It's interesting too that I guess in '69, two of your films that were released, you were in True Grit, that he directed, and Easy Rider which really to me is a western.
I think it was a western also.
How'd you get along with John Wayne?
He kept running around with his .45, so every time something happened, saying, "Where's that commie Hopper? I'm going to blow his brains off." I got along with him pretty well. Mike and Pat Wayne are still friends of mine. I don't see them very often, but I don't live in that part of the country. But hey, Duke was Duke, man. Like he won the war in Iwo Jima. I mean, what are you going to do? But he was. I liked him. I liked him. They were all ornery. These guys. These guys were ornery men. They were tough, ornery men. John Ford and
Wellman
and Wellman and Stevens was no pussycat. He told Jack Warner to go back to his office and get off the set. He didn't go sit in his office, so he ain't going to be on his set. I mean, these guys are really tough, and they made tough movies. I mean, like and those outdoor westerns, Fords and of Hathaways and Wellman. I mean, those people, they were tough, and a lot of them came up through the labor, through construction. They got jobs. There were no jobs, and they'd be snuck in the back of trucks into like Universal or one of the studios, and be scab labor and start as carpenters, and work their way into wardrobe and into props, and work their way up that way. So they knew the business. That was the one thing about the studio system. You learned the business if you wanted to. You could go watch George Stevens editing. You could you did loop foreign films. You did you had the opportunities of learning about the wardrobe and picking your wardrobe and props, and you learned the basics of the business really well, and you learned the kind of things you say by rote, like, all right, let's get ready. We're gonna we're gonna make a take now.
Lock it up.
Lock it up. Just what the things by rote that. Okay. Yeah. And,
total reaction to that kind of filmmaking was Easy Rider, which I know was made for on a very low budget and really revolutionized the whole industry. Talking about the movie industry, as well as really the youth society, whatever you want to loosely categorize. I know if you realize how many kids of that time grew up with the "fuck you" poster from Easy Rider on their bedroom walls. I certainly did. Yeah. And, the impact on that film had not only on the movie business but on kids, on teenagers.
I saw it on a nuclear aircraft carrier in Monte Carlo, July 4th, 1976, when Henri Langlois had asked me to open the second Cinematheque in Nice, and I went and they took me into where they pushed the buttons for the bombs with the two keys inside this thing, and there was the poster of me giving the finger right on the nuclear aircraft carrier. That was banana cakes. But anyway, you have to realize how much change movies make. I mean, in L.A. at the end of Easy Rider, they screamed "Kill the pigs," and in New Orleans they applauded when we were shot. So I mean, however it goes around. The thing about Easy Rider didn't revolutionize the movie business. They patted me on the back, and they were very nice to me, and it made Bert Schneider, Bob Rapelson, myself, Nicholson, and Fonda some bread, good bread. And I think it's a good movie, an excellent movie, and it has some firsts in it. Like, it's the first time that a movie was made where you used found music rather than having a score written for a film, and there were some new kind of things. I do think of it as a Western also. The campfires, they're the guys, strangers come riding into town, same as if they were on horses. I think of it as that. It was a symbolic movie, and the country was burning down at the time, and it showed that you could smoke a joint, like when Nicholson and marijuana, and not go out and kill a bunch of nurses. You know what I mean? And it introduced cocaine, which I don't know about that, but seems to be popular. But as far as revolutionizing the movie business, the movie business is built on a structure that I wasn't doing them a favor making a movie for $340,000 when their low budget was $1.2 million, because their tax structure and their structure is set up in such a way that I wasn't doing them a favor. As a matter of fact, I was stabbing them in the back, but nobody told me the game. I mean, you got to tell somebody the game, when they're from Dodge City, Kansas. I thought I was doing them a favor, and I was doing the people I named a favor.
It certainly spawned.
A lot of films, and a lot of people got a chance to direct because they figured if Dennis Hopper could do it, anybody can do it. But a lot of bad films came out of that too, and then also a lot of films that were very excellent and good. Like Mean Streets and Badlands, and those films were just squelched and put away.
Letting 30-year-old people direct movies was unheard of in the old.
Because they were all in their 70s, 60s and 70s. 60 was young. They were young directors, and it was a change of time. But I go to Hollywood now, and my peer group are now sitting behind the desks, and the system hasn't changed. They had long hair, and they were my friends. They still are my friends. Doesn't mean they're giving me jobs, or that I should expect because we're friends that someone should give me a job. However, the structure is exactly the same as it was. I mean, it's put all the eggs in one basket, and if you make a picture for $1 million, you can't steal $1 million. You know what I mean? I don't know where they steal money. You know what I mean? But I don't know if they don't. But I think so. However, I saw Roger Corman. He said he was on something the other night, and he said that the films that he made for those low budgets, for AIP, that just couldn't be done anymore, or wouldn't be worth doing anymore because the structure of the studio system, which he wasn't going to go into, couldn't financially allow it to happen. And I will end it with that. I think I said too much already. No, I mean about that.
Yeah.